Hello, welcome to the 199 Unlisted podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing clothes. I'm wearing a Twice pullover from their first single, Woo-Ha or Oh-Ha, whatever it's called. The one where they're all skinny and shake their ass and they're all really sexy. That one. Anyway, I haven't made a video in a while because I've been playing Pokemon Go and other video games, and that took up a lot of my time. Also, only three people watched the videos I post, so I didn't feel any pressure that I had to make a video. But anyway, we have Anna Ames, but I like to call her Anna a mess. She has a couple of new videos out, but we're going to react to this one. It's called "Why I Am Decentering Men from My Entire Life." Well, if you're a stripper, how are you gonna avoid men? That makes no sense. Men are the center of your life because that's how you make your income is dancing naked on men's laps. That's ridiculous. Man, what kind of I just think it's really weird where we live in a world where men can go to a club and pay a woman to dance on their lap naked. But in those same places, prostitution's illegal. That doesn't make sense. Like I don't there's so many weird things about that. Just the concept of, I mean, because I remember I used to go to, I'm going to say the name wrong, Zacatecas. It's a bikini bar in, I think, Venice. But it's a great place, actually. And when I say bikini bar, you're not getting, well, I guess you could get a lap dance, but there's girls in bikinis in the bar, whatever, four or five, and they'll like want to be dancing on the bar or want to be dancing on a table, but they're not like trying to get you to get a lap dance. You could. I've never noticed because I haven't gone there for the girls. I go there because the drinks are cheap. But if you want to put dollars in their whatever G string, they will dance in front of you or dance on the table you're sitting at. And I've taken friends there and like gave them like here's 21s, like she'll dance with if you want. They're like, yeah, sure. And that kind of didn't seem as weird. Granted, I wasn't participating in it because I was playing pool and just getting drunk and making fun of people. I don't know, like I get off on um just being myself. I remember the last time I went to the bikini bar. I took my cousin, and my cousin's a lesbian. So I'm like, here's like, I gave her a lot of money. Anyway, she had a lot of ones, and she was just sitting at the table, staring, drooling, and then putting ones in this hot Mexican chick's whatever. I forgot what they were wearing, but it's a bikini bar. But I know they're wearing bikinis, but like she was wearing a bikini, but I think she was wearing like ripped Daisy Dukes that were like really ripped. So it was basically like Daisy Duke bikini bottom. I don't know. It was weird, but I just remember there was just one particular girl she liked. So this girl happened to be wearing a bikini top, a bikini bottom, but then there was like she was wearing a pair of Daisy Dukes that were just as thinly cut as the bikini bottom. It looked really cool. But anyway, I'm bird walking already. Anyway, let's see what this lovely young lady has to say.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I have a onesie. That's pretty cool.
Not
He's
really.
taking his nap. Today I'm gonna talk about decentering men, and this is not just romantic relationships. This is in every aspect.
Okay. I don't know how you can be a stripper and decenter men from your life when your whole life revolves around men. Okay, she doesn't make sense. I know it just started, but she doesn't make sense.
because it has been affecting me quite a bit.
Absolutely. That makes perfect sense.
Right? Um, yes, decentering men. I
I'm
had
freezing.
a horrible Christmas, and I received two communications from people who I asked to leave me alone.
Let me guess. Parents and ex-boyfriend.
Um, my dad's been blocked on everything, and I saw him earlier in December, which I didn't have to do, but I saw my sisters for the first time in 2.5 years. My sisters have autism, and I saw my parents, and he was there, and
Do they really have autism? Because that is really overdiagnosed, and maybe it's just your sisters are nerds or just weird. Because I mean, obviously, you don't have good parents because you're a stripper, and so maybe like if you have bad parents, you can come out really weird. But everything's autism now. Like I just think you have bad parents. I don't know. I don't know. Like it's either her parents are bad or she's just bad. Because she talks about her childhood and it sounds like she had good parents because they sent her to like the best private school, and she complained they couldn't buy her a new car because they spent all the money on the school. Like it sounds like they had their priorities right. Ugh. Sorry, I'm really really
he
cold.
abused all of us. So already a pretty horrible person. And
Sure.
I saw him, and he's been blocked this whole time. And then I get an email to my spam email that I gave my mom when they were switching insurances. Um, well, he was switching over to Medicare because he's old now, Medicaid. I don't know how that works. And I had to get on my own insurance, and I needed a document, so I gave her uh, an email I really didn't use. And I didn't see his email until after the 1st of January. And it was just this awful email about me and all the things that I'm doing with my life now.
Yeah, it was awful because the email contained stuff she didn't want to hear, like the truth, like you shouldn't be a stripper. See, she feels attacked when her parents tell her, "Don't be a stripper." We've seen this in I don't know how many other videos of hers, but when her parents give her, loving advice, it's considered being attacked because it's something she doesn't want to hear. But this is typical woman behavior. Okay? You tell them the truth, you're attacking them. You tell them the truth, you're sexist. You tell them the truth, whatever. You're a ist, you're a phobe. You tell them something you don't like. Accountability, ouch, ouch. The truth, ouch, ouch. It's just typical.
Mostly focusing on, the dancing, the everything that he doesn't like. And
No parent likes their child, male or female, working in the sex industry. Why is that so hard to understand? I You can change it. You're a heroin addict and your dad wrote you an email about quitting heroin. She would go, "Oh god, he was attacking me. It was this horrible email about me doing heroin." And you'd be like, "Okay."
just horrible,
Just
horribly
horrible.
abusive
Just
email.
just abusive because I didn't like it.
And on top of that, too, in my P.O. box that I have, which I've only given it to extended family, and I have that P.O. box because I don't trust them to have my address at all, because the things that they send me are very upsetting.
Like, a self-help book, a Bible verse, how not to strip for dummies. I mean, come on. This chick is crazy.
And I don't want them to have access to my home either. And then I got this letter in the mail from my grandfather, who my dad works for, and that's my mother's dad. And I blocked him a
Oh
year and a half
God.
ago after he started. Well, first he told me that I was, uh, after he found out that I was stripping, he basically told me that I was responsible for his legacy. And
You're embarrassing him. I'm embarrassed that my daughter is a stripper. I don't know why is this so hard to understand. I don't get it. Like we are living on two different realities. If I was if I had kids and one of them was a stripper, I would be so pissed off, I'd be embarrassed because that is a reflection on the parent. So what did the parent do to make the child turn out like that? And then, it affects the grand. Like I could picture someone. Well, something must have happened to you when you were 6. Like, did your grandpa touch you? Like what happened to you? Where you have this mentality where like, oh, there's nothing wrong with being a stripper. So yeah, people probably think your dad or your grandpa probably did something to you, and they're embarrassed. I mean, I don't well, not that I have a long history with strippers, but I've seen interviews of strippers and porn stars. They all have one thing in common: something horrible happened to them, and it usually involves some kind of relative or something like that. And so, yeah, they're probably like, get the fuck out the business because you're making us look bad.
I can't remember if he said the exact words, but he implied that all of his other children, grandchildren, were fuck ups, and that I was supposed to be successful. And he called me a prostitute because of my stripping, which
Well, it's true you are a prostitute, but did he really say that everyone else is a fuck up? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But okay. It's it's hard to believe what she says because her reality is so warped where she doesn't understand why people are going, "Hey, don't be a stripper." So, I don't know.
back in the day he would have been the same type of person that would have been a client.
Sure. Sure.
So it was pretty rich.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, I had him blocked because he called me a prostitute again.
Cuz you are.
And it was just like very upsetting over the phone. Just all this disrespectful stuff.
You're a what the hell is a stripper then? That's a sexual service for money. That's a prostitute. Only you do OnlyFans. That's a prostitute. You're selling naked pics of yourself, or you said topless pics of yourself, for money. That's a prostitute. It's a sexual service for money. Bleh. Can't take it.
And even my dad, with all the horrible things he said to me, he was still expecting me to take over for my sisters, which is something I would like to do. That is a dream and a goal of mine. But when you look at the facts, well, I don't even want to speak too much on the facts. What I really
Yeah, we know you don't like facts. You're like making shit up. Oh God.
realized is that all of these men from my past
Oh God.
have put these expectations on me. I feel like I've been raised as the oldest son of my family when
Sorry, your dad expected you not to be a whore.
I'm the youngest daughter. And to be raised as a man and still be to watch my mother and still feel like I have to fulfill that role
What
as
are you
like a
talking
stay-at-home mom
about?
mother who's completely doting to her husband. Um, when I was putting a roof on
She just learned that word, doting. I swear to God, she just learned that word.
at 15, like it's very hard for my brain to It's like I'm constantly fighting myself. It's like I'm fighting this idea that I'm going to marry some man, move out of my apartment, and move into a
You're
house
not gonna do that
and
because you're a
not work.
stripper.
And then I'm also fighting this idea of I'm going to start my own business, become a multimillionaire, and then never need a man for anything. It's like I have these two sides that are fighting. Like I was raised to be the oldest son. um, and after all of this time, I'm 25 now, and to still be affected by men and not respected.
Because you're a stripper.
To
What the fuck?
have the responsibility of other people's unrealized dreams be placed on me and then not have any respect.
Because you're a whore. What the fuck? Why? This is you. She's got to be trolling. This, I am convinced, this is her acting reel for a drama. This has got to be an acting reel for a drama. There is no way this is real. A stripper, a prostitute. This is like, well, it's not, but in the same ballpark. This is like Bonnie Blue complaining she can't find a relationship or men don't take her seriously. You know? God. And we're so lucky I'm not doing my British accent. Okay, let's move on.
It's just all very confusing to me. But yeah, we're going to talk about decentering men because I was really doing this, especially in relationships. The last person I dated, it was only for 2 months, so it wasn't that long. But he was doing a lot of mirroring behavior. And when
Please say he was dancing on the pool next to you.
I first started talking to him, I thought he was just great. But the whole time, it was me. Like seriously, like he presented himself as somebody who was successful, had a bunch of wealth, was he was a musician too, but everything online made him look like he had it. But upon further research, I really think he just bought a lot of it. And my whole dynamic with him, it was always like he was subtly placing his status above mine. And I don't really care about status. I like the things that I have. I obviously want to be successful one day, but I live with the belief that that's going to happen regardless, no matter what I do. I don't live with the belief that, oh, because I don't have a Mercedes now, that means I'm worthless. And I feel like everything about him was just statusy. It was designer clothes. It was like the best camera work. It was all of his numbers being inflated on his social media. It was him telling me that after we had an argument about how just unavailable he was, that he was in New York for 2 weeks because he was having an interview with some record label.
You know, that sounds like a typical woman. Like when a man works hard and is busy, they complain that he's unavailable. But then when he's always available and it's not doing anything, they complain that he's not working. So it's pointless. She should not date. And the reason why and I'm just, guessing here, a logical guess, that he was with her is because he is unavailable a lot. And so he's like, well, she's a stripper, so she's used to guys not being around. So she actually might be the perfect girl to date because guys don't take her seriously, so guys probably just ghost her a lot. So I can date her and still be busy and we can still work it out. Like that's my thinking with that, but bottom line, you can't make women happy anyway, but especially a stripper. Like, what are you doing? Stop it.
But then when you actually look at all the facts and things that he was saying, I just think most of it was a lie.
Doesn't seem like she's acting. I think most of it's just a lie. This sounds like a monologue for like an acting class in junior college. I swear, it does. It's okay.
And I remember too when I was first talking to him, he was talking about how how I shouldn't quit singing, how he was going to hook me up with all of these studios in Atlanta and blah 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 blah. When I'm the one with the studio hookups, when I'm the one who has relationships with the DJs and the club owners and the strip club owners, like I'm the
Okay. I wouldn't brag about the strip club part, but I digress.
one who has all of these relationships, and then I had this guy telling me basically that he was above me
No, he didn't say that
when
though.
we pay the same amount of rent. You just live in a high rise and I live in a quiet place that looks over water. Like, it was just all of these differences. And I mean, even up to,
That's her
I'll tell
with
you the biggest
oh my
thing
god.
that really sold it for me,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll get into the whole decentering thing.
Oh please.
He told me about this Porsche that he had, and his car was in the shop for over a month. And he told me that something was wrong with the head gasket. The head gasket, at most, to fix may cost around like $7,000 for a Porsche, and you know that's not nothing. But if you're gonna buy a Porsche, you should have expected that. And we don't even know if it was bought. It was probably just leased, given him. Um, and with that, I remember just talking to him, and he was talking about how he didn't know whether or not he was going to sell the Porsche and get a new car or fix it. And then I was suggesting that, I mean, he could just sell it and get a more reliable car that was cheaper. And then he was like, no, I don't want to do that. And then he was saying how he wanted to buy his grandmother a BMW this year. And
What?
it just, none of it made sense. Like, if you don't have 7K to put down for a Porsche and you're out of a car for over a month, even if you are doing all of this traveling, it just doesn't make sense to me. I barely drive, and I would not be without my car. So I found all of that very weird because he acted like he had all of this money, but then he would make these subtle comments where it was kind of clear the money wasn't there. And then even like this,
I think she thought he had all this money. That's what I think. Cause I mean, I don't know how you fake. And I'm not talking about the Instagram pics where the people have bands, because you can go to downtown LA and buy fake money. Um, and I know there's a whole epidemic in China where people are pretending to be rich. I know. But I personally don't know how you pretend to be rich but be dating someone. I just think because she bases a lot of stuff about people by their online stuff, and so I think she was just looking at his Instagram and thinking he was rich, and she overestimated how much he was rich. And so when he says stuff like, because he's a musician, so he's like, "Hey, I can hook you up with, a couple of studio, blah 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 blah." She just thinks, "Oh, well, you think you're better than me because I think that's what's going on." And see, the music, because we've reacted to her videos, and when she talks about her music studio hookups, it doesn't sound like they were interested in her music. It was sounding like they just wanted her around. That's that's what it sounded like. Like, if she had all these hookups, because it's been like a year, right? She would like have like a EP if she has all these hookups. So she doesn't have a hookup. She has short term work where they have her hang around in the studio as a quote unquote glorified assistant, and then one of them hits on her and then she leaves. That's the story I got from whatever the last time she talked about it. So yeah, she's the one who's competing with the man. She's a quote unquote modern woman. So this is all in her head.
This little thing where I was really excited about getting an aquarium one day because I really want an aquarium.
Yeah, you don't
And
need
I
one.
just want like a little 20-gallon aquarium, like nothing crazy, and get a bunch of guppies. And I was
20
telling
gallons
him
big.
about this. And then later that day, he was telling me about how he wanted to, once he got a house, he wanted to put 10,000 into that aquarium and have someone else build it. An aquarium's not even gonna cost you 10,000, unless if you're getting like some really
An aquarium can cost you 10,000. You can, but see, this is her once again being in competition with the man, and this is once again her problem. See, she has the mentality of I don't need a man, even though she needs a man. And so every little thing she does, if a man does the same thing, it means we're in competition. That's all. Once again, it's another example of her mental deficiencies.
exotic fish, but even then, like, aquariums do not cost that much. I mean, maybe like a
You can get a $10,000 aquarium. I mean, I'm assuming you're gonna build it into your wall. Like a $10,000 aquarium, you can totally get one, but it's probably a tropical aquarium or a saltwater aquarium, and you're gonna have at least one giant ass, one like I don't know, like one of those baby sharks or something. Like you're gonna have something in there where it's a spectacle. So yes, it's very easy to have a $10,000 aquarium. Get over it, lady.
huge tank, maybe that would be $1,000, but I highly doubt it. Like, it's just not going to cost you
It
$10,000. And
can.
I just felt like
It can.
everything that I was saying, he was just mirroring me,
No, that's just you.
but I didn't realize it at the time. And I kept thinking, like, this whole time that I was talking to him, those whole 2 months, I was like, why do I not feel good enough? Why do I feel like I have to prove myself to this person
Because
in order
that's
to get more
you.
time from him, in order to be prioritized more? And it was never about,
Oh my god. It's because he's busy. He's busy because he's a working man, right? And so because you like to compete with men, you think when a man talks, you think a man is competing with you. Men don't compete with women. Men talk to women. Men don't compete with women. Maybe men try to impress women, but I don't think he's trying to use that $10,000 fish tank to impress you because he probably thinks you know nothing about fish. So it doesn't matter. Like he's a dude. He probably just wants a big ass fish tank and put a shark in it. If I remember correctly, like didn't Howard Stern like way back have like a $6,000 fish tank? I know that because I remember because he would brag about it on his radio show. This is way back, like in the '90s. Had like a $6,000 fish tank, and it was built into the wall. So I mean, I'm saying like I know they exist, but like that's just something guys like. There's been plenty of like movies where like you go into a guy's office. He's like a whatever, like a billionaire, whatever, and then like there's like a wall fish tank. Like yeah, that's like a $10,000 fish tank. But
me. I was out of his league the whole time.
you're a stripper.
I
You're
was
out
the one
of.
who was too busy. I was the one with 3 jobs, posting at least twice a day on all of my social medias.
That's not a job.
And I have like free time. So I think he just lied about a lot to make himself seem
Oh
busier.
God.
Because I still don't know how he was making his money. He did tell me about a felony he had for attempted murder. And then
Oh God. That I do believe. Because I can't picture her attracting a decent man. I mean, I'm sure he's really busy, but I believe that attempted murder thing. I believe it.
after I heard that, I was just kind of thinking, like, okay, 3 phones, attempted murder. He's probably scamming or doing something other illegal. Because it was just, there was no proof of anything. And the final nail in my coffin was the day that he told me he told me that he didn't have enough time to be a boyfriend, but that everyone he dates, he's looking at them being a potential wife. And that took me by surprise because, okay, all.
You're a stripper. He doesn't want to be your boyfriend. I mean, it just makes sense. Like, why would a guy? Okay, it's if this is true. Okay, so he's very busy. He is making money, but that is his priority. His grind, whatever, his job, his goals, that is his priority. Okay. Uh, he doesn't want to be a girl or a boyfriend to a stripper because no man worth anything or no man that has actual goals in life wants to be the boyfriend of a stripper. Now if she worked at Starbucks and was a barista, he'd have been her boyfriend. Totally. Because you can take a girl like that seriously because it's just a normal job. You can't take a stripper seriously. I don't know when she's gonna wake up, but she needs to wake up. I don't know why TikTok is giving me notifications.
All these things you're saying are very future and very like status oriented, like the BMW for the grandmother. You saying you want your mother having the best. You talking about this big house. You talking about this aquarium. All these things you don't have yet. You keep talking about, right? And then he told me he wanted 3 kids, and he made. In the beginning of me speaking to him, he kept talking about how he believed the woman, if it's your girlfriend, she shouldn't have to work. And I was like, okay, I agree with that. Like, I don't want to work. Who wants to work? But then by the end of it, it was so clear to me that this whole time he was just mirroring my energy and sucking my energy.
Oh my god.
Like he only wanted me for this future version of himself of having 3 kids and a wife.
I don't want to have kids or marry. I don't want to have kids with or marry a stripper. I don't want a wife that's been dancing on random dudes' laps for 3 years. You fucking retard.
When he couldn't even show up to be a partner. And then I I was loving him above myself. Which I got rid of him, so it's fine. It was just like this whole mind fuck
Are you
of
sure
like,
you got rid of him?
oh my god. Like this whole time I was thinking you were here, and I do this a lot. You weren't. And his penis was small. He was very handsome.
Isn't that always the case? I've never heard a woman talk about her ex and go, "Oh my god, his penis was gigantic. Oh, it was so big." I've never heard a woman talk about her ex and say that. It's always small. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Handsome, but his penis was small.
Sure. Okay.
And honestly, that was like kind of the biggest thing. I was like, you know what? This man's probably out here playing a bunch of women and he has a small penis. That was like the most disgusting thing of all. But he even bought me a bunch of clothes and then he never gave them to me. And he only said he wanted to buy those clothes after I told him how much I liked to shop at Goodwill. It was like he always just positioned himself as better than me, and I just couldn't figure out the whole time because I can be a competitive person, but I don't feel like I'm competitive in relationships. I just feel like men tend to compete with me. And I really was thinking he had all of this money, but I don't think he did. I think we were on about the same level. It's not like he had the ability to, go strip and then come home with
What?
several hundreds, even 1,000. Um, but yeah, I wasn't.
And then even like her tone is different. The speed of the way she's talking, the mannerisms are different. It really does feel like she's acting. Listen, I have reacted to every single video this woman has done. I've watched her shorts, her reels. I know, I know. So when I randomly go in these reaction videos, I swear she's trolling or acting. It comes off to me as she's trolling or acting. Like she seems like she's trying to do an audition for something, and then like we'll find out one day, hopefully, because we're kind of invested in this. And she's at 876 subscribers. I believe last time we reacted to her video, she was at 870 subscribers. But okay.
Centering myself. And so I've gone out and bought a bunch of stuff that I wanted that I just wasn't buying. I think I only spent like maybe $300, $400. There's just a lot of stuff that I like, this onesie, and I upgraded my necklace to everything's fake, don't rob me. There we go.
Everything's fake, don't rob me. Like, that's funny. That's a good one. That's a good one. See, and that sounds like a prepared joke. That is, oh my God. See, that's perfect. Like a little comic relief in her dramatic monologue. I like it. I like it. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I just
Good stuff.
started stepping up my game a little bit.
What is she
I
doing?
love looking home.
What is she doing?
But then I was thinking,
Fuck. Who is this person? Oh my gosh, she is amazing. She is, oh my God. File those nails, honey.
care about wasting my time. He didn't care about doing the things he did and it being sacred for me but not being sacred for him. It's like, why am I sitting here thinking that everything I have, just some man can come in and take it away from me?
Oh my God.
Why am I thinking that?
Oh my God.
So just a huge change in mindset. Especially with this, all of this goes back to how I was raised. All of it. To put the man first and myself second.
Oh gosh, she's amazing. This woman is amazing.
It's always been two conflicting sides, so I just have to move over to the side that doesn't care about hurting people's feelings, that doesn't care about wasting people's time. And I'm not saying I would like completely flip over to that, but I'm not self-centered enough. I need to be more selfish. This is not good. And I think the buying things is a good start. Great start. And I don't know. I really want to start promoting my OnlyFans more. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm sure there's some secret communities online that I can
just get a link tree. Also, do you know how many people use OnlyFans or have an OnlyFans? So let's think. You're 25. You're white. You're blonde, blue eyes. You have a big rack. Well, gee, that's like, 80% of the people on OnlyFans. So yeah, you're not really special. So, there's you're not going to be in the top whatever percent. Now, if you were like 18, you'd probably have it a lot better, but right now, here's the thing, like right now, your porn category is just I guess big tits. Like that's your porn category. So unless you're gonna add more stuff, like okay, well, like you're flexible, I don't know, like she has cute feet, and then like she could do more waifu stuff, like show her armpits. You know what I'm saying? Like she doesn't have a category. It's because she's 25. That's old. All the people making bank on OnlyFans are like 18 and 19 years old, or they're doing 200 people gangbangs. So you're in this vanilla category where you're not special. Just because you're a stripper, well, okay, there's a lot of strippers on OnlyFans, but then they're doing stuff. You're just taking pictures or a video of yourself dancing. Okay, well I can just go just I could see a girl dance naked for free. So she needs to build a time machine, go back about 6 years, then start the OnlyFans, or start doing some crazy shit like you know 10 guys in one night or something like that. But if not, you're just this regular plain old category. 25 years old, nice rack. You're not special. Your OnlyFans will never go anywhere with just those two categories. Probably in the wrong line of work.
and find out and do it. I just don't want to be limited by anyone ever again. And even with him, I could tell that he didn't like my stripping, even though he never explicitly said it. And there were points of that whole thing where he was supportive, but there was so many points of it where I was just like,
AKA he resented the independence and money, not the job. No, he didn't. Oh my god, you're so full of yourself. Oh, oh, my brain.
confused and left in the dark. And even if he did have the money that he was presenting himself to have, there's no way it was legal. Not with the
How do you know
felony.
this?
There's just no way.
How do you know this?
And even the things he's like talked about spending and dropping a bunch of money on, it just never added up.
Sure.
And
Sure.
it was really me.
Stripper detective.
That whole dynamic.
Yeah, okay.
I was the one working. I was the one going out doing new things. I was the one.
You're the one competing with the man. If you would lose
I
that
don't know.
mentality,
I, like, gave
maybe
him an ultimatum
maybe things
back
would
in
change.
December. But what just made me realize,
What the hell is she
this man
doing?
is lying about everything. He has the audacity to do it, and I don't. Where's my audacity?
Oh my god, your whole YouTube channel is audacity. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. The audacity of being mad at your father and grandfather because they told you don't be a stripper. That's some audacity.
To tell people that I've had 3 record deals at this point and not gone through with any of them. Like, where's my audacity?
Oh,
Where's
please.
my audacity to be like, oh, I can hook you up. Oh, I know this person.
Oh my god.
Like, we saw this movie, and Tyler, the creator, was in that movie, and I told him, I was like, oh, I met him at Cheetah. I actually have one of his producers' number, because his producer liked me, but I never did anything with it. I just have his number, and I could have told him that, and I didn't. And that was the difference between him and I. The shit that I live that is normal to me, I don't talk about it. I don't brag about it. If anything,
You just did right now.
I feel like I do the opposite. And then for him, it was like it was his whole personality. And because he was cocky about it, I just thought like, wow, this guy's great. Yeah, but decentering men.
I think the bottom line is she didn't like him. Because when a woman likes a man, she actually likes the stuff the guy says. So the bottom line is she just didn't like him.
Because they're just men. Should never be financially dependent on anyone either. And,
What a
there's been points where
joke.
I've been sad
What
that
a
I didn't
joke.
find my first love in college and move in with them and have a nice life with them. But then I think, you know what? I didn't give my 20s to anyone either. And that makes me happy. And I'm just trying
She
to
is
be
so
stronger in what
stupid.
I believe
She
in.
is going to be childless with three dogs. That's her future. Childless with three dogs. Because she's a dog person, so. Childless with three dogs.
Because him telling me the 3 kids thing, it says on my Hinge profile, I do not want kids and I do not want your kids. So for someone to play me for 2 months, when that's what they wanted the whole time from me, was just this image where 3 white babies, that's what you wanted from me the whole time?
Dude, like three white babies is better than any of the other races.
And you lied to me? That's what got me. You had no problem.
We need more white babies. Okay? We need more white babies. This country is going through an epidemic right now. Save the West.
Wasting my time. And it's really just the audacity that I keep encountering with these men. And then I just look at myself and it's like, why the fuck do you not have that, Anna? Oh my god, there's a blue heron flying. See, now I could stare at blue herons all day over watching whatever's happening.
Oh my god. You could stare at paint dry all day. There is such a disconnect between your brain and reality.
Happening at Lenox Mall across the street. Just weird shit. It made me realize though just how great I am.
The audacity. The
And I already replaced
audacity.
him. It's all good. I found a man.
audacity.
He's 6'6". He wears 3XLs. That's all I wear. So fucking perfect. But yes, I'm trying to center myself. Because I really want to do great things, and I cannot do great things if every time I go to the strip club, I'm worried about whoever I'm dating.
Wait. You can't do great things and have that sentence in there. Strip club. You can't do great things with that in your life. You will never. There's probably, these 2 or 3 stories where some woman was a stripper, ended up being a congresswoman. Okay, but those are the anomalies. Okay, the average person's just average and will have the average outcome because that's just how it is. So I would change some basics of your life, and the one thing I would change is leave the sex industry. But okay, I guess you're gonna do great things though. Okay.
Feeling like I'm betraying them. I can't do great things if whenever I send like somebody more explicit content, if I'm thinking like, oh my god, I'm betraying whoever I'm seeing. Like I can't do it.
Yeah, you can't have a
And
normal
if
relationship when you're a sex worker, dumbass. Why are you even trying to date? That's what I don't understand. Why are you doing anything with the man? I mean, I understand your sex work stuff, but anything else, what are you doing? No relationship you have is going to work. The common factor is you. It's not the men. The one thing that has been consistent in all these failed relationships is you. But it's the men's fault apparently. The audacity of this girl.
you replaced me with the man wouldn't be thinking like that.
What?
You'll get my little cuddle poo. Yes, that's all I have for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed. Just describing my experiences to save you from yours. And
No one is going through what you're going through. The average woman is not a stripper, dumbass. Oh my god. Who is taking the advice from this person?
I think I'll just end it with this.
This would be great.
Men who have very large penises, they don't have to tell you. And I think that goes for everything. If they have it, you'll see it.
Biggest troll ever. I don't know what to tell you. This chick is crazy. Anyway, I've said enough. You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Chick is nuts.